Hey guys, just Chandler here. So today I want to talk a little bit about the career as a CPA. Not because, you know, I still want to go back to do the CPA work, but I've seen so many YouTube videos talking about why people quit from Big Four, quit the accounting career, right? And I noticed there's a lot of people mentioning, oh, because the work is so boring, you're just doing a copy and pasting work. That's why I just feel like this is not what I want to do. I want to move on to something else, right? So I had experience working way before, over 5 years ago, and I quit my CPA career. Now, so that's for a complete different reason. But now I just want to tackle the part when people say it's kind of boring, it's just copy and paste. So I was working in a tax practice when I started my career as a CPA, okay? You gotta know, so tax busy season, usually we work 6 days a week, sometimes even 7 days a week, 60 hours to 70, 80 hours, depending on the projects you get assigned, okay? So because it's so busy, everyone is kind of stressed to a certain degree. So at the beginning, you don't know anything. Okay, if you're doing taxes, you know nothing, even though you took maybe one or two classes back in school. Still, you don't know anything about how to prepare a tax return. So it only makes sense at the beginning to check last year how to prepare a tax return and the copy to kind of get familiar with the forms and instructions and prepare the tax return for this year. So the copy paste is inevitable from the beginning in order to build up your foundation. To get to a point that you don't need to check last year's tax return, you actually know how to prepare a return for this year. It takes a couple years. So because it's a career, it's a long game. You're not expecting at the beginning, during the tax busy season, a manager or senior associate will be sitting next to you doing a case study every single day. Forget about it. If that's what you're expecting, I'm sorry, this is not the real life as a CPA, especially when you're just getting started. Okay? So this is a career. So at the beginning, you just have to do the baby steps. And you have to intentionally write down the questions you have because some of the questions are so complicated, they don't have time to even explain to you. So you have to go back to ask questions after busy season. And you possibly during the non-busy season, outside of work, you probably need to have some initiative to research and understand what explained to you. Now, if you feel like, man, so much work. Why after work I still have to do research to study all these stuff? Well, because it's your career. That's why you have to put a lot of attention to it because it's your. I would assume you guys want to do CPA because hopefully it's your calling, it's your passion, it's something wake up you feel a little bit excited to do. If you are just treating as a job, then yeah, it is pretty boring. No one's gonna pay you outside of work to do all these study, to go ask questions, and you just feel like it's so boring, man. It's just a job. I'm just doing copy paste. So guys, so I just want to record this video to anyone who's still in college, who are thinking about, oh, I want to be a CPA. This is life as a CPA from the beginning. Be okay with this boring work, copy and paste, and be intentional about the questions and be proactive to find answers outside of work on your own. Otherwise, don't do it. It's got to be miserable as a CPA. Tons of work, a lot of analytical stuff, a lot of details. Especially you're in the tax practice. The language of accounting is just like a law firms, right? There's no emotions. It's just very objective. So it's not really like you are making a film, you're doing a screenwriting. There's a lot of emotions, creativity. No, you're just following the laws and regulations. Why the law says it's 50% deductions, right? There's a code sections for it. So that's what the life is like at the beginning of your career. You shouldn't quit just because copy paste is too boring. It's because you don't have a bigger picture about this is a career. Copy paste is just the beginning. Everyone has to go through that phase. So again, I think it's important to ask yourself, why do you want to be a CPA? Just because of job security? Then that's not the right reason to pursue this career, because it's got to be boring if it's just a job security. Does that sound exciting to you about job security? No, it's just a survival. It sounds like survival. It's not like something you want to create for yourself. Yeah, it's just a job security. No, I personally don't think that's a reason to pursue a career. I mean, I understand you need money. That's fine. But don't say it's because it's copy pasting is too boring. That's why I quit. No, it's not. It's a career. It takes well over a decade, right? The older you get as a CPA, the more value you have in society. That's the technical work, what the value brings to society, right? So even though I'm not doing accounting anymore, but I just see so many of these videos popping up. I just want to kind of stand out and address it and ask your gut. Why do you even want to be a CPA in the first place? Um, Job security is not. It shouldn't be the major reason why you do it. Um, I think asking yourself what is your calling, what's your passion. It's a hard feeling, right? If you don't feel anything from the heart, that most likely means that your body is telling the truth. This is not what you're supposed to do in the long term, at least, right? The truth comes from the body, not the mind. So, I hope this is valuable to all you young generations still in college deciding what career you want to pursue. And I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.